Hello, and this is probably my favorite video I'm making all year, even though it's coming out on the last day of the year. Originally, I thought this would be coming out on December 29th, but I'm probably going to cut my award show that I did in half, so one part for the All-Star comes out on the 29th, and then the other half of the Cy Young MVP and Rookie of the Year comes out on the 30th. Shut up, Jaws, on my computer. And then this is probably coming out on December 31st. So, welcome to this one. This is the third year we're doing this, my top 100 favorite players. And I want to emphasize the word favorite, because I'm terrible at ranking the best. Like, oh, Shohei Ohtani better than Mike Trout, better than Bryce Harper, better than Juan Soto versus Trey Turner versus Manny Machado versus all those guys. And I didn't even mention Ronald and half those other guys. So, I'm terrible at that. It's so subjective and opinionated. So I'm just ranking my favorite people in the player that I love seeing out there on the field, hitting the home run, getting into fights, doing all kinds of stuff. And before we start, let's go over a couple things. One, 100 players have to be on the list. Part one, check. Part two, if they can be on the list for any reason. Any reason. There's a player on here that I have on here because he wore a girl's armband during the game and he had a home run when she was fighting cancer. You probably know who it is. I'll point out when we get there. I had Chris Bass on this list last year when he got hit in the face by a comebacker. Any reason you can be on the list. And three, every player must be represented. So there's some teams that have one. There's a couple teams that only have one. And there's one team here with 10 players. Like 10% of this list is one specific team. And it's like, I will find a definition of one team. Like last year, Pablo Sandoval traded from the Braves to the Guardian, and then they DFA'd him, even though he didn't play for another team. That was the last team he played for, and it's for the last team he played for that counts. So technically, he was on the Guardian, so he was my representative. But we have a real Guardian player, so let's get into it. Number 100 is Sean Murphy. Now the Braves, but on this list, he cannot act as for the Athletics because this was before he got traded, and it's what team you end the 2022 season with. So next year, if he gets on the list, he'll be a Brave. But now he's on the Athletics on this list, so he counts. He's the only one for them. The only one for the Rangers, Leody Taveras. Yeah, they just had to be bottom feeders. Like, why are they on this list? I don't know. They had that one representative. Javier Baez, he sucked on the Tigers, but this is more from his Cubs days. Still had the nostalgia. Andres Jimenez, pretty good player for the Guardian. He's here at 97. We have Camilo Doval. This is sort of a makeup because him and Logan Webb, I'll just tell you now, they both supposed to be on here in 2021, but I forgot about them. So this is sort of a makeup. So they got on the list eventually. We have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Took a drop from last year, but he's here. We have Zach Wheeler of the Phillies. Jose Ramirez, who's like sort of hot and cold with. Now I'm very hot with him, so Jose Ramirez gets on the list. Jason Hayward. This was sort of a goodbye present. Fans gave the Cubs the pep talk in the 2016 World Series, Game 7, and the rain delay. Now they bought out his contract and now he signed with the Dodgers. So good luck to him in there. Speaking of Dodgers, Dustin May's here. And we have Sam Haggerty at number 90. Really explosive player for the Mariners that really came on end of the season. Francisco Lindor here. Did not expect him to get on the list. Just like Jose Ramirez, he's someone that's very hot and cold right now. I'm hot with him. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., formerly of the Blue Jays, got traded to Diamondbacks, so that's what he counts as here. Lance Lynn and A.J. Pollock, the only two White Sox on this list back-to-back. Joe Musgrove, the Padres, is here. Anthony Rizzo, still nostalgia from the Cubs days, he's here. Mark Canha signed with the Mets. I keep up with the Mets up podcast, and Marky Cheerios is what they call him. And I really like Mark Canha. I sort of like him in Athletic, but I watch the Mets highlights every single day, so I know what they talk about on the podcast show I mentioned. And I like him a lot. We have Joe Ryan, rookie for the Twins. Really like him. Only Twins representative here. Tristan McKenzie at the Guardian, starting pitcher. Really like him. Walker Buehler, hi. Miguel Cabrera, second to last year. 2022 will be his last. No, 2023 will be his last year on this list because he said he's retiring after that, so he won't be on 2024. You know what I'm saying? Logan Webb, our makeup, our redo. Welcome to the list. We have Gleyber Torres still makes it. Sandy Alcantara, your 2022 NL Cy Young at 76, and Stephen Kwan. at 75 here in the bottom 1/4. We have Brian Reynolds and Brian Hayes and Andrew McCutchen all back to back to back because I still picture Andrew McCutchen as a Pirate. Yeah, back in 2013 winning MVPs. I miss him so much. Actually being good, I mean. He's a free agent. We'll see where he goes. Spencer Strider. Second? Yeah, second in the NL Rookie of the Year. Really like him, striking everyone out. Ryan Hosey, the Cardinals here reliever. We have Chris Bryant, again, nostalgia from the Cup days, here at number 69. He absolutely sucked with the Rockies. Only played like 42 games. We have Ty France of the Mariners. When the Mariners were getting hot, I was watching their highlights. If you're a good team, I'm watching your highlights and stuff on YouTube. That's why there's a lot of Astros here. Why there's a lot of Mariners. Why there's a lot of Mets. If you're a good team, I'm watching your highlights. And Ty France was getting it done. We have Shane McClanahan. I thought he was going to be an early candidate for the Cy Young early in the season. And he got hurt and stuff. By 67, he makes the list. Brett Phillips is the player I was talking about that wore the girl's armband and hit a home run for her on the Rays, and then they traded him to the Orioles. So I don't think that little girl Chloe was very happy. But I hope she's doing good with the cancer. I'm getting rid of the cancer. You know what I mean. Ryan Presley, closer for the Astros here at 65. Kyle Hendricks, again at the Cubs here. Santiago Espinal, nice little player, scrappy, contact-oriented. Here at 63, he makes his debut to the list. We have Alex Manoah, all never Blue Jay, back-to-back. Hello, welcome. Tommy Edmonds of the Cardinals at 61, and another Blue Jay, George Springer, is here at 60. Edwin Diaz closes at the Mets, sound the trumpets, let's go. Ryan Mountcastle, hitting nukes for the Orioles. Hopefully, next year, Gunnar Henderson and Adley Rutschman make their way onto the list. You just sort of have a track record to get on the list with me, so unless there's one specific reason. Charlie Morton, very consistent. He's back on this list. Sometimes you get on the list just because you've been on the list a while and I want to keep you here. Anthony Santander, welcome to the list at 56. Josh Donaldson, still remember his MVP in 2013 with the Blue Jays. Now that was fun stuff. Kenley Jansen, formerly at the Braves, now signed with the Red Sox. Brandon Nimmo, hi. Joey Votto, always a consistent on this list. Yadier Molina, last year on the list, here at 51 because he announced his retirement. And getting the top 50 started with Whit Merrifield of the Blue Jays. Jacob deGrom of the Rangers is here. Rhys Hoskins is here. Christian Javier is here at number 47, and I made a promise because it was like after Game 4, through the no-hitter, a part of the no-hitter, in the World Series against the Phillies, I'm like, if the Astros win the World Series, Christian Javier and Jeremy Pena will find a way on this list, and the Astros win the World Series, so you will see Jeremy Pena later, but we have Christian Javier here at 47. Willson Contreras, brand new Cardinal, going from the Cubs at 46, and speaking of Cardinals, Paul Goldschmidt right next to him at 45. And another Cardinal, Brendan Donovan here at 44. And then we have Pavin Smith. My love for Pavin Smith sort of petered out in the middle of this season, but he still makes the list. We have C.J. Abrams. I absolutely adore this kid. He's like 3 years older than me or whatever, but I love C.J. Abrams coming up in the mind for the Padres. But it's weird because I like the Padres more than the Nationals. So hopefully when he got traded to the National, that didn't deter my love for him too much and want to trade, but I love C.J. Abrams. Josh Naylor, this crazy buffoon. He's making, like, toe-touching, like, what was it, like, wild card against the Rays. Jose Ramirez throws in the ball and he barely gets his toe on the bat to get out some Ray player, I forget who, or headbutting Terry Francona in the dugout, or hitting a grand slam and a 3-run homer or something against the White Sox, and just doing bonkers stuff. I love Josh Naylor. He's the kind of guy you want to see play. Jock Peterson is here at 40. Ian Happ is here at 39. Zach Greinke, 38. Nolan Arenado here at 37. Love using Nolan. MJ Melendez at the Royals. Very underrated. I really like him. Jarren Duran, another rookie. Is he a rookie? Whatever. 35 for Mr. Jarren Duran. 34 for Cedric Mullins. Not as good as his 30-30 season last year in 2021, but 34 will do. We have Austin Hayes and Jose Mateo, both of the Orioles, back-to-back right here, 33 and 32. And I really love Austin Hayes. Thought he should have been All-Star. He didn't end up being All-Star. And Jose Mateo, Both really, really good breakout season for them. J.P. Crawford at 31. King Luis Guillorme at number 30. Now, you might think I'm crazy. Why is one a utility player for the Mets this high at number 30? This Mets Up podcast, I'm telling you. I love King Louis. They praise him. I love King Luis Guillorme. Alex Verdugo at 29. Fun fact, this is his average spot at 29. Because, like, in 2020, he was 28. In 2021, he was 30. Now he's at 29. You add those three numbers up, divide by 3, and he gets 29. So his average, he's just consistently a top 29 player, I guess you could say. Madison Bumgarner's here. He went from, like, number 10 to, like, number 15 or something, now down to 28. But he's still a top 30 guy. We have Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals, third baseman. I think I was sort of, like, late to the Bobby Witt Jr. hype. And then when he wasn't, like, hitting 3 grand slams of the game, like, the first week, I'm like, oh, he's not as good as I thought he was. I wasn't paying attention. I just had really high expectations for him. He still had, like, 20 home runs and 30 doubles or something like that, or 30 stolen bases. He had 23 something. I just sort of didn't pay attention to him, but he's really good. There's Jeremy Payne at 26 for winning the World Series. Dalton Varsho traded for Lourdes Gurriel, so now he's on the Blue Jays. And at 25, Dalton Varsho, very good. Christian Walker, Gold Glover, like hit 38 something home run. Very underrated. I love Christian Walker. Charlie Blackmon. I love Charlie Blackmon. Now we're getting to the player that I just absolutely adore and love to death. Charlie Blackmon. I don't know how many years he had left in the league, but as long as he's in the league, he has a spot on this list. I can guarantee you that. Trey Turner, brand new on the Philadelphia Phillies here at number 22. I love Trey Turner. Evan Longoria, current free agent at 21. And I love Evan Longoria. We have Michael Brantley, number 1 in 2021, down to number 20. But again, as long as he's in the league, he has a spot on this list. He just signed another 1-year deal with the Astros, and this is last year in 2023. We will see. But Carlos Santana signed a deal with the Pirates. I don't know why he signed a deal with the Pirates, but I mean, you could do so much better. I wish you would have re-signed with the Mariners. Oh, I love Carlos Santana. We have Albert Pujols, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend. Albert Pujols retiring in 2022, so he will not be on this list anymore, and he finishes top 20 as a way to send him off. Amazing career, 700 home runs, passing Babe Ruth and RBIs. He does it all. Albert Pujols is the man. Pete Alonso here at 17. And Pete Alonso is just a good baseball player, hitting home run, smashing it, just doing everything. Pete Alonso is a ball player you love. Speaking of ball players you love, Manny Machado. I never hated Manny Machado. People that's like, oh, I don't like him because he slid into Dustin Pedroia and he got in a fight with some pitcher or something this year. No, I just love Manny Machado. I love him. He's currently in the Padres. He's going to opt out of 2023. We'll see where he goes, how much money he gets, but he's here at 16. And number 15, Jose Altuve. He's consistently been at this spot. Could I start these lists back in August? That's how excited I am. It's like December. And I started this list in August, just watching the season. He's always been sort of a top 15 around. And when the list started to consolidate and like sort of get a shape of where it's at, he just always sort of had this one spot, and people were moving up or down around him, but he was always here. We have the real deal Jeff McNeil, the flying squirrel, at number 14. I love this guy. Won the batting title over Freddie Freeman. Suck it, Freddie Freeman. Max Scherzer at number 13. Oh, Scherzer can do no wrong. I love Max Scherzer with a passion. Juan Soto at number 12. He's going to do good things. I love Juan Soto. Trey Mancini at number 11. World Series champion. So happy for him. Beat cancer. You know you're up here, okay? That's what you get. Trey Turner. Trey Mancini is the guy. Number 10. Bryce Harper is a top 10 favorite player of mine. I love Bryce, baby. Hopefully he comes back from a Tommy John UCL surgery, whatever he had, and starts hitting more nuke, because I love Bryce Harper. Mike Yastrzemski is a number 9 player favorite. Don't ask me how he got this high, but he just a player that I love. There's another player that, I don't know how he got that high, but you'll see later, but he just sort of deserved to be. I love Mike. Speaking of Mike Trout. Number 8, his lowest ranking ever. He went from 3 to 2 down to 8. I mean, he only played 119 games in 2022, and some of these players have playoff experience. Like what they do in the postseason have a little bit more weight. Could watching more postseason game, and Mike has not been a playoff since 2014. And the Angels just having a whole. Speaking of Angels, Shohei Ohtani is number 7 on my list. Like second in the MVP, fourth in the Cy Young. This guy is just doing everything. Like, what can't he do? No, seriously, tell me, what can't he do? He's amazing. He's a beast. I love Shohei Ohtani. Number 6, Yordan Alvarez. Okay, this guy can hit 450-foot home runs every day of the week, and I would watch. I don't care if it's January or November. I would sit in the stadiums and watch. I wish I would have watched his home run against the Phillies in Game 6 live, because I have this superstition where if I watch the game, the team I want to win loses. As soon as you hit that home run, I tuned into the game and I heard the replay, but I wish I would have heard it live. But man, he hit tanks. Number 5, Alex Bregman. This is for his hits against the Yankees, his hits against the Phillies in the playoffs. I love watching Alex Bregman. So glad he's back to superstar form after not being good the past couple of years. Bo Bichette, somehow number 4. I don't know how Bo Bichette, when I was talking about Meister Scrimshaw, how he get this high. I don't know how Bo Bichette got this high. Bo Bichette's just a guy. I mean, he's really good, but I don't know what my obsession is with Viking Bo Bichette. He just keeps going up and up and up on the list. Number 3, he ages like a fine wine. Justin Verlander, brand new New York Met, baby. Justin Verlander is the guy. Okay, reigning Cy Young. I love Justin Verlander. Number 2, Kyle Tucker of the Astros. For a while, it was so you have like 4 Astros in the top 7 right here, because you have Tucker at 2, Verlander at 3, Bregman at 5, Yordan Alvarez at 6. So 4 Astros in the top 6. Ridiculous. And for a while it was Tucker 2, Verlander 3, I think Yordan 4 or something like that. But Kyle Tucker number 2, and you're wondering who's number 1. Oh, this 21-year-old phenom, for the Mariners, superstar, Julio Rodriguez, the absolute definition of a superstar young player that you love to watch every single day of the week. Whether he's making throws in center field, hitting leadoff home runs, stealing bases, he is so cool. Okay, that's just the word you can use to describe him. He's just cool. He is amazing to watch, and he is like one of the main reasons I watch so many Mariners highlights on YouTube, because he encapsulates it all, okay? Eugenio Suarez with his good vibes only is a close second. He did not make the list. I like Sam Haggerty in his defensive plays. Just watching Julio makes me... Shout out to Cal Raleigh. He did not make the list either, but just watching these guys make me want to watch more Mariners game, want to make me go out and hit a baseball. Julio Rodriguez does it all. Now, shout out to the player that didn't make the list. We said Kyle Raleigh, we said Eugenio Suarez, which leads us to player that didn't make it. Alejandro Kirk didn't make it. Kyle Schwarber didn't make it. Fun fact or story about him. When he hit that home run, it was against the Padres in the NLCS. I was on a sports trip in Tennessee, and I was playing goal ball and stuff like that, so I didn't get to watch the game live. But when I went back and watched I watched a good 2-3 times, and just the ball off his bat, and it went far. Okay, that was a nuke. That was a tank that Kyle Schwarber hit. I love that home run. Corbin Burns didn't make it. Andrew Benintendi, shout out to you. Patrick Wisdom, hello. Brandon Marsh, Jose Sanchez, Miguel Rojas, Seiya Suzuki, Paul DeYoung, Corbin Carroll, hi. Christopher Morel, Garrett Mitchell. I really like Garrett Mitchell. Hopefully he does something next year to get onto the list. But there's another player that didn't quite make it. And, yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you have a happy New Year, and the videos are coming more in 2023. So visit the top 100 favorite for 2022, and we will see you in 2023. Have a good day, guys. Bye.